welcome back to UHC Generations. As you just saw in the time-lapse there, I have been very busy doing a whole lot of building, and I am having the best time. I've just been on such a hot streak with building, you know? Like, honestly, originally I was just gonna make the store here and then just call it a day, but I ended up making a lot more things. I was just really in the flow of building, and it was super fun to get all the stuff put down. Now, we are gonna be doing a whole lot more building in today's video. I've got a lot of really cool things planned, which I am very excited for. Before that, we've got a couple loose ends to tie off, a couple last little projects to finish up, and of course, I want to show you guys all the cool little details in these buildings that I've made. First one I put together was this cool little general store. Coming onto the inside, we've got all this stuff in here. It's packed full of detail. It's so dense and busy and whatever in here, and there's a lot of storage, and I think it turned out really well. Like I said before, this is like a little communal area off to the side where people can post, you know, notices and messages up on the billboards. And then hopping on over to the other side of the riverbank, we've got a small little barber shop, because I thought that would be very cool for a Wild West store. Some barbers, chairs, little bits of decor and stuff on the sides, a little waiting area. And then up on the roof, we've got a little bit of like a makeshift archery range, which I know isn't the most fitting thing in the world, but we gotta have something up here, you know? As much as I would love to just build a whole bunch of buildings and call it a day, there's a few more pressing matters, like the saloon potion lab, which we never actually finished the decorations of. This top floor is not looking particularly finished. It's most of the way there, but it still needs a few more things, and I don't think we can really call this building complete until we've really decked out this top level. I mean, really, we can kind of throw down whatever decorations we want, like, you know, maybe another lantern, couple other little bits and bobs all over the place. Definitely need some more little chairs. They're pretty tiny and kind of basic, but that's just kind of what you have to do to fit them in a small space like this. Okay, yeah, that's looking pretty complete. I know it's kind of just a jumble of random stuff, but that's just kind of how you decorate sometimes, you know? I think we can officially call this potion lab 100% complete. And with that, we can take this quest right here, which we did make ourselves, and plop that in the box of completed quests. I'm sure that either myself or a future generation will come by and add more quests to the quest board at some point in the future. But as for right now, we've got more pressing matters. Come take a walk with me. So here we are, walking from Founders Town off in the direction of our little Wild West town, and there is one thing you'll probably notice pretty quickly. This is just regular old Minecraft terrain. There is no terraforming, and more importantly, there is no road. And this is something I wanted to tackle in today's video. Infrastructure. And by infrastructure, what I really mean is that I want to make this world feel more interconnected, right? Like, we've got all these cool locations. We've got my Wild West town, we've got the Fields of Regeneration behind me, we've got Founders Town off that way, and of course we've got Industry Park all the way over in the jungle. And all of these locations are very cool, but they're kind of just separate places. You know, they're pretty close to each other, all things considered. But whenever I'm traveling from one place to another, which trust me, happens very often, there's really not much in between. So that's exactly what I want to do in today's video. Make some roads, make some bridges, connect up the world, and if we got time at the end, I want to show you guys a brand new storage system that I've been planning for our industrial district. It's gonna be really cool, guys, and I, for one, am very much looking forward to not having to freaking swim across this river every time I want to do one thing on one side or the other. It's gonna be great, trust me. For the roads, there's really two main roads that I like to make here, from Founders Town to Industry Park, which, as you can currently see, looks something like this. There's kind of just an expanse of desert and jungle, and then a tiny little river to cross over. And then from Founders Town all the way to the Fields of Regeneration, which does actually pass through our Wild West area, and that was my intention, to make it kind of like a stopping point along the way, but it does continue much further on through the Badlands. In terms of bridges, I want to connect Founders Town and Industry Industry Park. I like to connect Founders Town and Moai's Village. And I also want 2 bridges in our Wild West area crossing this little stream right here. I'm thinking one about there where this existing pathway is, and then probably one more over here at the other end of town. So yeah, that's the game plan, guys. I'm really excited to just totally transform the experience of walking around in our world. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Yo, wait. I didn't know this was here. Like, I was heading up into some mountains to find some iron. I didn't know there is a cherry grove here. But this is beautiful. Look at this. All the flowers and petals and everything. This is crazy. We gotta take some cherry wood back because I don't think we have any in the world yet, like at Founders Town. So this is definitely coming back with me. This design took me a little while. I had several iterations here, but I eventually found something I really like. You know, we got the kind of campfire and slab combination for the actual bridge itself, and then more of those lamppost designs, because you definitely want to keep these things illuminated. So I've got the big one right here, and of course I've got the smaller one on the other side, looking nice and cute over there. This is also connecting our pathway now from this side over to where the saloon is. So that's one set of bridges taken care of. And I figured while we're here doing all this bridge building, while we're on the topic of it, we might as well take care of the other 2 bridges, which of course are going to be there and off in that direction. I'm gonna go cook up some designs, but in the meantime, I want to show you guys something really funny that I just saw the other day. So as you guys probably remember, in the last episode, I gathered a bunch of axolotls for our regen farm, and I had this kind of montage in the video of me scooping up a bunch of axolotls that actually kind of sounded like a weird beat. Kind of cool, you know, it was completely unintentional, but it just kind of made like a pretty cool beat, and I shared it with some other creators on Discord, you know, just for the hell of it. And before I know it, a few days later, this guy Wigglepig, who by the way has made some amazing videos on like data packs and music related stuff in Minecraft, he's really cool, so definitely go check him out. He turned the whole thing into an actual like beat sample made of axolotls, which I thought was the funniest thing ever. So let me play that to you guys real quick. Thing. I love that. You know, this isn't really like fan art in the traditional sense, but I think it is kind of fan art in a way. So thank you, Wigglepig. Anyways, y'all, I've just put together the first of the 2 bridges connecting up our world, and here we are. It's looking pretty good. Look at all this foliage and stuff. It's really pretty. And it's not the most fitting thing with the 2 different sides of the bridge, but I wanted to have it be related in some way, which is why we're using the sandstone and birch palette to match this desert village over here where Flaming Moai met his demise all that time ago. I swam across this river more times than I can count, so trust me, I am very happy to finally have a connecting piece right here. But yeah, check out this design. I really like the way that sandstone and the azalea go together, and we kind of have the birch as like kind of connecting trelli for all the different leaves and stuff to dangle down from, and yeah, it's coming together really nice. I'm a really big fan of this. But of course, we still have more bridges to go over in Industry Park behind me there. We've got one more to take care. Oh my god, that's very zoomed in. I'm sorry, guys. And just like the previous bridge, we're going to be taking some inspiration from the block palette of the region, in particular this very cool style that I put together for our melon and pumpkin farm. So we're going to need some jungle wood, a good bit of copper, which thankfully I have been aging all around me, so we've got a bit stashed up, some bamboo wood, which we can craft up with the items from our bamboo farm down there, looking fantastic. And lastly, a little bit of green terracotta for some contrast. You know, we have some very high saturation, high texture messiness blocks right here. I think something that's a lot more dull and dark is really going to balance out this combination of blocks very well. And with all that planning out of the way, let's get going. And that's another bridge down. I forgot a singular trapdoor. There we go. This thing is pretty out there as far as bridges go. I know the color contrast is quite large and intense, but you know, so is everything else in Industry Park. I really want to use the bamboo and copper. I think they're really cool together. And this bridge is a little bit more, I guess you could say, like industrial, you know, a little bit less decorated and stuff, a little bit more practically minded, but that's just kind of what we're going for with our industrial district. You know, this is a place of factories and farms and machines, and I think the bridge should reflect that. But with that being done, guys, we are totally finished constructing all of our bridges that we had planned out at the beginning of this video. So we can just go ahead and do that, and there we go. That's one of our tasks completed. So many fun little like mini projects today, you know, like I know we're not really doing anything too mega, too crazy, but sometimes you just gotta go around and handle all of the little projects before they build up and really start to make a big impact in your world. So I'm very, very happy that we're dedicating today's episode to doing that, and I really hope you guys are enjoying too. If you like all these little builds we're putting together today, please do let me know down in the comments, and of course don't forget to like the video while you're down there. Anyways, let's go build some roads. Alright, and that's the longer of the two roads pretty much built. I'm still throwing together all the details, of course, you know, just putting down like the little walls and lanterns so we can get rid of some of this torch spam. Adding in the finishing touches along this pathway, you know, all the little bits of sandstone that we need to really kind of smooth out the area. And I'm even getting in little bits of that desert foliage, you know, cacti, succulents. Together, it really makes a big difference. Check this out. I know we got a little cheaty camera bird's eye view here, but right, we've got this pathway going from here, snaking around the Badlands, going through this little crevasse that I actually just cut through myself, winding around this way, and off into this little riverbank where you can see there's already a boat sitting over there. That, of course, takes you directly over to the Fields of Regeneration. So yeah, quite the long road, but now things are officially connected up and looking fantastic. We've got a few extra sea pickles, just gonna throw a couple over here, because why not? That's one road taken care of. But now, guys, we can head on back to Founders Town to finish up the last bit of our infrastructure projects for today. I know it's been a whole lot of building projects, and it's been a whole lot of time lapses, and it's been a whole lot of everything, but bear with me, guys. This is improving the quality of this world so much, and we're almost there, so stick around. But this time around, there's a couple different things going on here. Obviously, we have a lot of the red sand already. We have this kind of weird holes in the ground stuff that I don't really want to patch up, but over here, we've got the transition to grass. We're gonna kind of have to like transition things right about here and then continue the pathway in a completely different style off here. Let's get going on this final road and connect everything in the world together. And there we have it, guys. Roads. I know it's not the easiest thing to see amidst the very high contrast, very messy landscape around here, but you can definitely see the two separate pathways splitting off right about there. One going down to the bridge, and the other snaking its way all the way around into the jungle biome where it continues in this totally different texture palette off to Industry Park. I wanted to make these pathways feel very old, right? You know, they got holes in them, they got a multitude of different textures, they're not like clean-cut lines or anything. I really wanted to make something that feels like it's been walked on for a long time. I guess you could say I wanted to make something that felt like it has been used by generations and will continue to be used for generations to come. And I think we've done a very good job with that. So guys, with all that being said, I really do hope you guys have enjoyed the building progress we've done in this video. It's been quite a lot. It's been quite a lot of work. So if you did, don't forget to leave a like down on the video. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing that as well. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, you guys, this has been Leon, and I'll see you all in the next UHC Generations video.